Today I'm going to take you through a full body workout to build muscle and mass. This is predominantly to gain size and really fill out the body and get that muscle capacity that you're looking for. So if you're an ectomorph, you're finding it really skinny, or you're a mesomorph and you're still looking to build some muscle, but you're not really looking necessarily to shed that fat at this very stage, you want to bulk up, you want to get some broadness to your body, then this is the type of workout that you need to be doing in the gym. So I'm going to go through over 6 exercises. They're all the common major exercises that need to be done to actually build and increase muscle mass, because they're all going to be compound based exercises, and doing an isolation movement just for your biceps and your triceps, which again are still the basic exercise moves that you need to do to make sure you're hitting all of the heads on those muscles. So guys, the first exercise I'm going to go into and show you is the bent over row. This is a must in your routine if you're really looking to build the width of your back and really increase those lats and trying to get that V-taper look in between the chest here and coming into the shoulders. So let's go and do a wide held bent over row. If you're a beginner and it's completely new to you, I recommend you going so around about 15 to 20 reps to start actually learning how to engage your back muscles, so you're using a lighter weight. But if you're really good with exercise, you're sort of intermediate, you're a regular gym person and you're still looking to build mass and you have struggled, then but if you're good with your form in this exercise, then I recommend you going heavier because you know how to engage your back muscles. Then you can obviously do it in shorter reps and really push through the exercise. So I'm going to go with those wide bent over rows. I'm going to be targeting somewhere between that 8 and 12 repetitions. And you really want to use good form when you're doing a particular exercise. So going out fairly wide here. Starting off in a standing up position, all I do is kneel over until I get that bar just below those kneecaps there, and then round my shoulders back, keeping that chest out, pushing that lower back in, and then bringing that bar diagonally in towards the hips, so it's never coming straight up, and keeping those elbows nicely tucked in between the core. What you'll see while I'm doing this exercise, I'm actually keeping my head slightly down because I want to keep it the same line my back is, so it's nicely neutral with the spine, and you've got that good straight line all the way through from your hips all the way to your head. You don't want to be looking up because that's only going to put strain on your neck. If you're looking completely forward in a bent over position, you're going to find that you're putting a lot of strain on your neck, and eventually when you're pulling and engaging your back muscles there, you can very easily strain your neck area. So guys, you can do these exercises at home as well, so this workout is based around home as well as if you want to take it to the gym. But you do need equipment, which is going to be a barbell and some dumbbells, the basic equipment you need at home. If you haven't got it, obviously it's best that you go to the gym or actually purchase that equipment itself. Now, doing those bent over rows, we're going to move on to the next most useful exercise that you're going to need to do is a flat bench press. That's going to really help you bring out your chest, and that's what you really focus on. So you're going to go with slightly a wider grip, so you're really trying to build the width in your chest as well as trying to push it out. So let's go over and perform the next exercise here on a bench press. So if you can't particularly do this exercise because you're working at home, then the best exercise for you to do this to imitate the same movement is push-ups. So depending on how you feel about pushing your body weight, you may probably get the same type of repetitions doing a bench press, so it gives you exactly the same results. So there's no such thing as a bench press is better for you than a push-up. The push-up and the bench press is exactly the same. Only if the push-ups get easier, you can always wear a weight vest, you can put a plate on your back just to make things harder, or even use things like resistant bands. So you can still do this at home and build a great chest. So let's go over and do the same sort of repetitions. We're going to go for an 8 to 12 repetition. Again, if you're a beginner, go for those higher repetitions, around 15 plus, just to start learning how to engage and contract the chest muscles and making sure the form is good. So I'm going to go with a good width just outside my shoulder width here, so it's quite nice and wide but also comfortable, so you don't want to go too wide where it possibly will cause a little overstrain into the shoulder on the way down. Bar lines up with the chest. Important tip when you're doing a bench press, try not to get your shoulders off the bench. Make sure you're forcing your chest out forward every time you push the bar up when you exhale, and really try to push those shoulders back in towards the bench. That's going to basically give you the best contraction for your chest, and it will avoid working your front delts. So take another 60-second rest. As you're getting through the workout, you may get a little bit more tired, and depending on the amount of overload that you're giving to your body and your muscles, so you might want to take that extra 30 seconds to 1 minute 30 seconds in total. Try not to take more than that because you don't want your muscles to rest too much. Trying to keep the muscle fibers to keep breaking down into them, and that's what you want to do, so you don't want to rest too long either. And that makes a big difference to how you're going to achieve that muscle mass when you actually refuel your body with the right appropriate food. So take that rest and then go in for another set. You want to complete at least 4 to 5 sets. This is a daily based workout. We're only going to do one exercise in each muscle group here. So you want to focus on at least about 4 to 5 sets. Maybe start with 4 with a minute if you're a beginner, and then try to push yourself to 5 sets on these exercises. So this is basically a 1 hour workout, full body, getting every single muscle group, major muscle group in to gain size. But you want to do this on at least a daily basis, maybe taking some rest days here and there. So the third exercise I'm going to go into is doing a reverse alternating lunges. This is a great exercise. You don't have to go so heavy, especially I'm doing this one because if you don't have squat racks at home and you don't have the amount of weight that's required sometimes for a squat, especially if you're not a beginner in this situation, you might find you need a lot of weight load. So if you don't have that, the best exercise is with lunges. You don't need so much weight, still very effective. You're going to feel your legs burning, you're going to hit your muscles and still hit overall hamstring, glutes and your thighs. So that's why we're going to do reverse lunges. And I don't like to go out forward because also if you want to protect your knees, it's the exact same movement, whether you go forward, whether you go back. But just by going back and doing it in reverse form, you automatically just protect your knees because you're not pushing putting pressure onto the front leg, where sometimes you'll find that you really put a lot of force into the front knee as you step forward. So every time you step forward, it puts a little bit of pressure onto that front knee. So the best thing is just to step back and you'll just see that front leg is just static. So it's not going to do any work. The back leg goes down and it works out pretty smooth. So the best thing is to go reverse. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab some weight plates. You can use some dumbbells, whatever you have at home. And then feet together first, keeping again shoulders around the back, chest out. So you want to keep your weight distributed, balanced all the way through your body. So you don't want to be leaning forward when you go down. So make sure chest is out, shoulders around the back, and that's the position you want to keep. Step far back enough so you get your knee to line up with your ankles, and then just pushing back up again, and then alternate. And here I'm just targeting roughly about 8 to 12 on each leg. So we're going to hit a total of 16, or roughly about 22 reps. With this exercise, I'll stay with the low repetitions. Try to get around about 8 to 12 on each leg. That's more than enough because this exercise can actually make you burn more calories. It will get your heart rate up, and it makes it very difficult to get through this exercise without actually getting your heart rate up and really sweating through it. So stay with the low reps, go a bit heavy with the weight, take your time with it, go through the reps slower. Even if you're getting the minimum amount of reps, that's going to be more than enough to be pushing those leg muscles. So at this stage, it should have taken you at least about 30 minutes to complete whether you did 4 to 5 sets of these 3 exercises. So by doing roughly a minute on exercise, taking a minute of rest, so you're looking at roughly 10 minutes per exercise here to finish off all those sets. So 3 exercises, 30 minutes roughly at this moment. We've got another 30 minutes to go, or probably just a little bit less than that, because now we're going into our shoulders. Then we're going to focus on some biceps and triceps. Because they are much smaller muscle groups, we're not going to, and we have actually worked them already, doing back and doing chest. You'll know that you worked a bit of bicep, tricep, as well as engaged some shoulder muscles already. So we're not going to be hitting those 4 to 5 sets now. We're going to be going into sort of the 3 to 4 sets on the shoulders, and then we're going to drop it into the 2 to 3 sets in the biceps and triceps to finish off. And that should give you up that whole hour workout to get your whole body in. We're not going to maximize 4 and 5 sets every single muscle groups. Remember, these are a daily full body style routines because you want to be able to come back the next day or even take a day break and then come the following day and hit the entire body again. So let's go over now and perform another common exercise, which is definitely a must if you want to build some great shoulder strength and really overall get the broadness in your shoulders, is doing the dumbbell shoulder press. I'm working with a couple of kettles, but obviously if you've got dumbbells, you go ahead and use those. So I'm going to go in a seated position, and just lets you really focus just on the shoulders. So you're not standing there and worrying about your back position. So even if you've got an upright bench, lift it up so you can just focus on the push in the shoulders itself. So sitting in an upright position here, you grab your dumbbells from here and then just go starting position straight above the head. You don't want them in front of you. You want them literally center lined with your head, and that's going to actually be able to get part of your medial delts in there as well as hitting some of your traps. So bringing it down, just eye level is enough to hit those shoulders. Bringing it any lower can force a little bit of tension into that shoulder, and over time you might find some rubbing in those shoulder joints. So let's go into the next exercise. We're going to go into some isolation movements after all the compound 4 exercises that we've done. Then we're going to focus on isolation movements to hit all 3 tricep heads, which is the most common exercise, is doing the barbell skull crusher. Great exercise, hits all 3 tricep heads. So a very important exercise to get into your routine. And I prefer to do this slightly on an inclined position on the bench, but if you're working at home or even in the gym, wherever you are, I mean, you can still do it on a flat bench, but even at home, if you haven't even got a bench, you can just actually do it lying flat on the floor, place a pillow there, or anything you can do just to make it a little bit more comfortable what you're laying on. So you don't have to have a bench for this exercise. So to do this one, grab the bar, gonna go lying flat on the bench here. I'm gonna line the bar up with my shoulders here. So it's got a good straight line with the shoulders. I'm also bringing the hands in so they're also level straight all the way through the shoulders. So it's got that one good straight line from your wrist to your shoulders. And from here, I want to slightly bring the bar back. So it almost feels like it's pulling a little bit on your lats, and that's where you want to keep the bar. And from here, I like to go all the way back behind the head. That gives a lot more better stretch and works, I find, a little bit more into the rear tricep head a lot better. So it definitely helps it build better and bigger. So getting it all the way down to the back of the head and then just fully extend up. Try to keep the bottom half of your arms here, so you sort of the elbows through to the shoulder. Try to keep them sort of in a fixed position and really just work through the forearm. The wrist is where you're moving through. So you're not sort of moving the bar back and forward. So let's move on to the last exercise, and that's going to be the barbell bicep curl. One of the main foundational exercises. Hit your biceps, hitting both heads in a neutral grip. That's what we're going to go for on this barbell, and always a great exercise to do. So grabbing that barbell, I'm going to focus on that low 8 to 10 repetitions. Again, if you're a beginner, make sure you focus on slightly higher reps so you can get the most contraction through those biceps. Start getting used to actually pushing your biceps. So let's go ahead and finish off the remaining 2 to 3 sets that we have left on this exercise to make up today's workout. So neutral grip to hit both our bicep heads, get that straight line from the shoulders all the way to the wrist here. And then you want that full movement here, so make sure you go all the way up, get it to the chin, and then all the way down, because you want to engage and make also your wrist stronger, get your forearms in there, and not just working on the bicep head alone. Brings me to the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, so do smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content just like this. I really hope this helps you guys out, really helping you build that muscle size, because it's something I went through. Having an ectomorph body type can be very tough. So make sure that you're getting workouts in just like this. Try to burn less calories as possible through your workouts and really just focus on maximizing muscle growth just by breaking muscle down, taking efficient rest times between exercises. So don't rush through, take your time, push the muscle itself, and just get in and out of the gym quick as you can. So don't be spending another hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym. Make sure you're trying to, within an hour, just get out and don't really burn calories all day. You need that time to make up for your meals. That's where the real growth is. Here we break muscle tissue down effectively, but now to really get that growth is going to depend on your meal plans, daily what you're doing and how much you're eating for you to actually gain weight for your body type. So guys, that's it, and I will see you in the next video. So take care, keep strong, and keep working out.